Hi, my name is Mahisha Dellinger, and I'm a mother of 4 who left my corporate job to pursue my own business. And now I own one of the country's leading natural hair care companies. I grew up in the projects. My mother was a single mother trying to make ends meet. My father, however, was an engineer, college graduate, like all of his family, very successful. So when I saw him every other weekend, it was a stark contrast. And that gave me the light to see that there are other opportunities for me besides my current situation. And then I went into college and I wound up meeting my first daughter's father, and I got pregnant midway through college. So I had to go part-time until she was old enough to go to daycare when she was 2 years old. I went and actually applied for a position at Intel as an intern. They hired me to write for their IT marketing department. And after I graduated, I had 2 job offers and decided to see what else I could do at Intel. I had a plan. I was a marketing assistant. I'm going to continue to rise up and grow and get the experience I need. But when I realized, okay, you can put all that talent into an organization that won't really benefit your legacy. And that's when I started to think about entrepreneurship. So I need to figure out something else I can do where I'll truly own my financial freedom. Then I went away on a vacation with my fiance, now husband, and we were talking about ideas. And one of them was hair care, because at the time I was mixing and matching in my home. And I'm like, that's a great idea. I came back that Monday, started doing my research, and found it was a profitable market. So I started braiding curls, and it took me about 9 months. We launched Curls on April 8th, 2002. Despite having great personal credit, getting a small business loan was a challenge. So I used my own personal savings, and we started with $40,000. I knew I couldn't stay at Intel and really launch a company because it was so taxing. So I wind up leaving and I went to Pfizer Pharmaceuticals to sell legal drugs. I got that done by noon and then came home and worked on Curls the rest of the day. And then I had 2 additional babies, Isabella and Bryce, in the midst of all this. Once the kids went to sleep, I would work more through the evening. It was just really a balancing act of priorities. Being poor, I understand that money management is important. Understanding that businesses can fail, most do. Understanding that I had a family to take care of, I could not just not work. We will use our money from Pfizer to put back into the household, and every single penny that's made from Curls will go back into Curls. That way I can grow it organically. When you have pennies to work with, you're gonna make sure you make them stretch. So I was actually balancing running Curls, being a mother, and working at Pfizer for about 3.5 years. And that's when I stopped and took Curls on full time. The biggest milestone was when we got that call from Target. It took Target to give us that chance for everyone else that I pitched before that said no to say yes. Entrepreneurship has given me the freedom to be the best mother I can be. I work from my remote office most of the time so I can be home, because that's how I started when they were babies. So I see them all the time, and I'm home when they get home from school. I'm picking them up. I have the flexibility. I'm so proud of the work I've accomplished over these last 18 years. I'm very particular about my children, and I know they see their mother, against all odds, to change their legacy, and did it despite everything that she had against her. And it let them see, I believe, that they can do it too. My children also see how hard I work, and I think it's instilled into them a good work ethic. My oldest has become an amazing saver. She's 26 years old and has over $100,000 saved. So I'm glad to see that she understands the concept of saving. And so I'm hoping that passes along to my other children. That's the reason I work this hard. I want them to enter that world debt-free. I think it's critical that we are savvy financially. I am an aggressive saver. How do we make the most of what we have without overspending? I have a big house, but I could go bigger. But I don't want to worry about if something shifts. Can we afford it? We're passing these tools on to our children. I live way below our means, and it's all to make sure that they have what they need. Every single purchase we make matters. So when it comes to the day-to-day world, it's really important just to make sure that we have a sound financial plan as a couple, as a family. So I think it's a collective picture and a mindset of passing on the wealth versus spending it all through it. So Curls Girls Rule the World as a foundation I created to help young girls, inner city girls like me, access the resources to change their destiny. We go to different cities and we connect with young girls with a mentor for life in their industry that they are interested in. We also have a new initiative, which is the Black Girls Making Millions Academy, to bridge the gap between the growth of Black businesses up 300% but less than 4% to see the $1 million mark. So we're trying to connect the dots and make it easier for them to get that same level of support. Part of my drive came from having nothing and the fear of going back to that. I feel relieved to be my own boss, not just the boss of me, but the controller of my destiny.